Hey guys, Chris from 4K Motoring back with you today. We're gonna do part 2 to our Corvette rim upgrade video. Just ordered some new tires for the car and I think you're gonna like what I got. So I looked at a couple different options. I looked at some YouTube reviews and some written reviews for tires going out right now. Typically I've used the BF Goodrich Sport Comp 2 and Comp 2 all season line, but those have been around for about 10 years now, not updated. So I figured I would go ahead and look in the market to see what else was available. Obviously the BFG tires are a little bit cheaper right now just because they have been around so long. But I went ahead and looked, and obviously the Michelin Pilot Sport 4, all season 4s, seem to be the go-to current kind of do everything tire. This is a daily driver vehicle for me. It's not just a summer vehicle, it's not a track vehicle. So I wanted something that gave me good performance, but I was also not going to hydroplane in the rain, and I was not going to have issues when it gets a little colder. Not really snowy driving, just a little colder driving. Goodyear had some equivalent tires. I'll link here the tires that Goodyear had. They didn't make the rear tire size anymore. And from talking to the tire shop, it sounded like they're on indefinite back order, which means they're probably not going to make them. So they were able to upgrade me to the Pilot Sport AS4s for the same price because they were unable to get the ones I wanted, which was awesome because these tires are not cheap. And they weren't able to get the same tires all the way around, and by that I mean they're all the Pilot Sport AS4s, but the rears are run flats where the fronts are not. I didn't want the run flats. I know they come OEM on the new Corvette and on all Corvettes because there's no tire changing equipment, but they don't, in my experience at least, they don't ride the same, so I didn't really want them, but I took what I can get. So we're gonna go ahead and get those put on those C6 rims and mount it up with some new TPMS sensors and hopefully get this vehicle up and running here before too long. One thing I didn't show you guys yet that I got was the replacement TPMS sensors for the C5 Corvette. So what I ended up going with was the Schrader sensors, and this one I'll bring it in kind of close here. It was part number 20177. Got 4 of them. It's supposed to be good for 8 to 10 years or 100,000 miles. So the ones I have obviously are dead. It's showing an error on the display screen in the car, so hopefully this can fix it. And I'll show you guys the pairing technique. It can be done at home, doesn't need any fancy equipment, just a magnet. So we'll go ahead and get this done, and hopefully the car will be looking a little bit more modern soon. So I use the discount tire store, well, the chain, just because their availability, their prices are pretty decent. They're very competitive with other companies and everywhere else really. And they have basically a nationwide chain. So if there's ever an issue, I have a pretty good chance of finding a shop to do repairs or whatever I need done nationwide. So I do like that. But I called them yesterday about these tires, probably about this time, to be honest, a little early afternoon. And they kind of gave me the whole run through of the unavailability of the tires I wanted, and ended up finding these tires and ordering them, saying they would probably be on a truck arriving very late today, the very next day. I ordered on Thursday. They said probably a late truck Friday they'd be there, so probably be able to come, you know, Saturday once they get it all unpacked to get them done. But I got a call in less than 24 hours from the time I ordered saying the tires were in and they're ready for me. So I had an appointment scheduled for Monday, but they're letting me go ahead and drop the rims off since obviously there's not a car taking up their bay. I'm just dropping the rims off now with the new TPMS sensors, and then I'll come back. I assume they'll have it done at some point today, so I'll come back tomorrow and hopefully pick them up and get them installed, and it should be a pretty seamless process. So very pleased with Discount Tire Nightdale. Always been good to me. So let's go up there and get it done. Well guys, I've let the Discount Tire Store have my wheels overnight. Everything should be installed and good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and get back there and hopefully pick them up today. As you can see, it's been raining a good bit, but that'll be all right for these. Well, we're back and we do have the rims with the tires installed. And I'll let you just kind of ogle at them for a minute. These are the new Michelin Pilot Sport all-season 4s, and I gotta say they look pretty good, and I think they're gonna be a big improvement to this car. So we'll go ahead and get them out. One thing I noticed was missing, I didn't realize when I dropped them off, evidently there's only 3 center caps instead of 4. So we'll have to remedy that hopefully here in the near future. But otherwise, let's get them out and we'll see if we can get them on today. These things look fantastic. I do really like the Michelin sidewalls. I mean, they just look premium as far as tires go. The rims are definitely a more modern design, kind of bigger, junkier, which as a side effect will also be easier to clean, so I like that. Missing 1 center cap, like I said, but can't wait to get these things on. It's raining outside right now, so we're going to postpone that just a little bit, but we'll get them on here pretty quick and let you guys see what they look like. I think it's going to be a big improvement. So here's the hood seal from Midwest Corvette. See just a little foam. See the shape of it. Adhesive back. Has pretty simple instructions to mount it. And what's really cool here is that it lists a little tip that many people at higher speeds notice the front end of the Corvette get a little bit of light, and they're saying that if you remove the rubber hood seal at the top of the hood closest to the cab, it actually lets air vent out of the hood and keeps the front end sucked lower to the ground. We'll look at that. I think that might be an option for us, so let's try it out. So it has been raining and I opened the hood, so this area is a little bit wet. We'll go ahead and clean that off first, make sure it's nice and dry. With this hood seal in place, we can see it goes pretty well end to end here, so I think it's cut great. We'll go ahead, it feels nice and dry here, nice and smooth. We'll go ahead and pull the adhesive off and get it stuck down and see how it looks. That looks good, and I'll show you on the back here. This is the rear seal they're talking about that literally just pulls up. You still have a tray here to keep water from really running back to it under most circumstances. We're gonna go ahead and try it. We'll pull that off. This is fiberglass, so it's not gonna rust. Well guys, it was that easy. We are done. Very simple process. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I believe these make a huge difference here. Especially the front, those 17-inch fronts. I mean, they just had so much sidewall. This just looks so much more modern and so much cleaner. Again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have done anything like this before. Any issues with it? I expect we're going to see some handling differences as well. I know the bigger rims are usually a little bit slower, but they do handle a little bit better. So we'll see how that trade-off goes and how the ride goes. So stay tuned to 4K Motoring. I'll let you know the updates on these mods, and we'll see you next time.